And we can start lying down. And then if anybody else wants to join us, that'd be great when they're ready. All right, I think that would work. Just take your time to set up your body in a way that feels comfortable and good to you as you're coming into a lying down posture. So just taking any movement or just any leg position that you'd like to have that feels comfortable to your knees, to your back, to your legs. Just making a slow transition from outer busyness to inner awareness. And just with a gentle intention to be present to your bodily experience, to your breath, to your heart for this time of practice. And you can just begin to become aware of your breath. Just the simple fact that you're breathing. Aware of the in-breath and aware of the out-breath. Just the simple knowing that you're breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, noticing whether the breath is long or short, relatively speaking. Whether it feels peaceful or if there's more of a strain in the breath. Noticing the depth of the breath. And just allowing the breath to find its own natural rhythm. So there doesn't need to be an effort to change it in any way. Just letting it be. And maybe you can sense your in-breath and out-breath in the area of your belly. Maybe feeling your breath in your chest. Or perhaps even sensing it, that flow of air at the tip of the nostrils as you're breathing in and breathing out. Allowing the body, heart, and mind to calm through this breath awareness. And you can bring or invite a sense of relaxation along with the breath into the eyes and facial muscles, into your neck muscles, the shoulders, arms and hands. Feeling a sense of relaxation in the front of the torso, the back of the torso. Letting go of the hips and the buttocks, the legs and the feet at ease. And just finding a sense of contentment in this more relaxed state of the body and mind and heart. As we transition into beginning to move the body. So if you are not already lying down, I'd like to invite you to lie down for these first yogic exercises. Rob, you can stay, you're just fine. So we're just still lying down, just like you were. And then just let's begin by actually just reaching the arms overhead and coming into a full body stretch. So you feel the fingertips stretching overhead away from the head, and then the toes stretching in the other direction. So feeling a lengthening of the spine throughout the whole body. And just breathe into this length, maybe imagining that the breath is traveling up and down the spine as you're breathing in and out, relaxing the shoulders and back, relaxing the muscles in the legs, maybe even letting the feet come out to the side now, even in this stretch. It can become a bit gentler in this way, and relaxing the shoulders down. And then you can bring the soles of the feet onto the mat. So you're bringing a bend into the knees here. And then one hand can rest on the heart, the other can rest on the belly, just for a moment to touch in with these parts of the body. Just sending a soothing breath into the belly, into the chest. And then you can stretch your right leg out again on the mat, and just with your left hand, hug the left knee into the chest. So the right hand can stay on your heart if it's not already placed there. Just feeling the gentleness of the stretch, just inviting the body to begin to stretch now in this way. And if you want to deepen into the stretch, you can just briefly hold on to your left knee with your right hand, and then bring your left hand to find the outside of your left leg, your left foot, holding on to your left foot now, the bottom of the foot with your left hand, and then you can just relax your right hand out to the side, feeling that stretch in the hips. You can maybe even straighten that left leg a little, or keep it deeply bent, whatever feels better to your body in this moment. Maybe imagining that you're pressing the hand into the foot and pressing the foot into the hand to deepen into the stretch. And you may also feel this in the arm, and just sending a calming breath into the area where you most feel the stretch, so that you can release and relax a little bit more into it. And then slowly relax your left foot all the way back down, stretching it out so that both legs are stretched out on the mat. And then we'll gently guide the right knee in towards the chest, and just holding on with that right hand onto the right knee, gently bringing the knee in towards the chest a little bit more. And again, just feeling that initial stretch on the side, breathing gently into it. And then just momentarily, we hold on to the right knee with the left hand, and then guide our right hand inside of the right knee so that we can find the foot with our right hand, and then stretch the bottom of the foot up towards the sky as you hold on to that foot with your right hand, and relax the left hand and arm back down onto the ground. And energetically, again, pressing the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot, so that there's a little bit of a deepening of the stretch. And just send your breath into the area now where you most feel it. Maybe the arm, the inner thighs, the hips. A gentle guidance of the breath there, so that the area can slowly open a bit more in the stretch. Just be here for one more breath. And then from here, we're going to hug both knees into the chest, holding onto the knee with either hand, rocking gently from side to side. And then if you can, bring the soles of the feet together and wrap your hands around the soles of the feet. If you can't reach that far, you can just wrap the hands around the ankles or the lower legs. But the idea is here to guide the feet in closer towards the body, relaxing the head down onto the ground, and just feel that stretch on the inner legs, maybe the shoulders, the inner arms. And just trying your best to keep your knees relaxed, to keep your face relaxed. And just breathing up and down the torso in the stretch. You can be aware if there's any tightening that's happening in the body, any resistance, and just send a soothing breath there so that you can keep the body relaxed to the best of your abilities. And we're going to come into a happy baby pose from here. So we're going to hold on to the outside of the feet on either side, and then just stretch the soles of the feet up and guide the feet a little bit away from one another. So you're creating a space in between the feet. And now really feel that stretch in the hips and the inner thighs, keeping the shoulders relaxed, the back down on the ground. If you want to invite a little bit of a rocking motion to give your lower back a massage, that's great. And from here, we're just going to hug the knees back into the chest. And then just lower the arms out to the side with the palms facing up from here. Stretch your legs up towards the sky, sort of into a modified shoulder stand. So the soles of the feet are stretching up towards the sky. And then very gently, maybe with a little bit of a bend in the knees, begin to lower both legs down, all the way down onto your mat. You can bend a little bit deeper into the knees as you come down. And then gently back up, stretching all the way back up. And then from here, keep your left leg up and just gently leg down all the way to the ground, just one round. And when you're ready, breathe it back up. And we'll do the same on the left side. So just gently and slowly lowering the left leg. And then bringing it back up. Hugging the knees into the chest, but keeping the arms out to the sides. We're just going to invite the knees and the legs to come all the way over onto the ground on the left side. And then maybe bringing the feet parallel to the knees, turning your head to the right, and then just enjoying this deep spinal stretch. Breathing into your lower back gently and fully. Maybe inviting a half smile onto your lips just to relax the whole facial area a bit more. Can you really feel a sense of contentment in the stretch, allowing the muscles to relax more deeply, and just being present to how the body is working in the stretch. On an in-breath, you can guide your knees back to the center, returning onto your back. And then very gently we'll move over to the right side with the legs and the knees, letting them release all the way down to the ground to the best of your abilities. And then if it's comfortable, turn your head over to the left a little ways. And then deeply relaxing the body here with your breath. Every exhalation is a new invitation to let go a little bit more deeply. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. And then we'll guide the knees back to the center, returning fully onto our backs. Holding onto the back of the thighs. Now we begin to rock all the way up and back down several times, just coming into a joyful rocking, just massaging the whole spine, the whole back a few times, maybe a couple more. And then eventually we'll all come into a seated posture of our convenience. So if you have a pillow that you want to put underneath, that's great. Or if you want to sit straight on the mat, wherever you are, just find a nice tall spine. So you're sitting up tall like a tree and still relaxed in the body. Closing the eyes again and just noticing that transition from the lying down posture to the seated posture. And we'll do a couple of breath exercises. It's a cold day today, so we'll do a couple of different fire breath exercises. So you can maybe open your eyes for this. And we're just going to make fists with our hands and have them about shoulder height. And I'm just going to let you know what's going to happen. We're going to practice with an audible breath. So on the in breaths, we're going to send the arms all the way up, spreading the fingers wide. And then on the exhale, we're going to lower back down towards the shoulders. And you can do this with an audible breath and pretty quickly. It's going to sound something like this. And feel free to begin anytime. So come into your own rhythm with this. Hear your breath. A few more rounds. Maybe a little bit faster. Inhale, hold your breath, bring your fists together at the belly, hold your breath, squeeze everything in towards the midline, hold, hold, hold. And then exhale, release your breath, release your hands back to your knees or thighs. And just feel the aliveness in the body that's been created through the breathing practice. Feel the sensation in the body having come alive a little bit more for you. And then gently open your eyes again. You can bring your arms out to cactus arms. Make sure that you really peel your chest open here so that it's like you're squeezing an orange in between your shoulder blades and back. So really opening the chest and the heart area, having your fingers spread wide. And we're going to do another fire breath, this time twisting the upper body, the torso from side to side with the audible breath. So it's going to be like this. Maybe going a little bit faster after a while. Keep going. A little bit longer. Inhale, come back to center, reach the arms up, place your fingers, the pointer fingers up, upper arms by the ears. Hold your breath as long as you can, stretching up as high as you can. Hold, hold, hold. Hold the breath. And then exhale, just slowly releasing the arms out to the side and back down. And just feel the aliveness again for a moment as you're resting your fingertips on the earth. Feel the tingling, the vibrating, the pressure inside the body. And then you can bring the front of the left hand into your lower back, relaxing the left shoulder as you do so. And then bring your right hand just to hover above the crown of the head for a moment, relaxing the right shoulder. And then gently guiding that hand over to the left ear, just resting it there. Breathing the spine tall on an in-breath. And then on the exhale, gently guiding your head over to the right side. So you're coming into a gentle neck stretch from here. Breathing into the left neck, the outside of the neck. Keeping your shoulders relaxed as best as you can. Deep and full breaths. And then release your hand from your ear. Just let your hands rest either side of the legs. We're going to actually stretch the legs out wide from here. You can have your hands resting behind your body for a moment and just really finding a straight spine again here so that the chest can be completely open. You're going to inhale and reach the arms up, opening the chest a little bit more. And then guide your torso over your right leg. And then take one more in-breath here, opening and straightening. And as you exhale, come into a forward fold over your right leg. You can rest your hands either side of the lower leg. Maybe if you want to stretch deeper, hold on to your toes. As long as you can really relax your hands here and your shoulders, just come on down into your forward fold. Just feeling that you're breathing up and down the leg in this particular pose, in this particular stretch. And then place your left hand on your right lower leg, and then inhale, breathe your left arm up into the sky, opening the chest again. And then as you exhale, guide the fingertips over to touch the right toes. You might not reach the toes. It's more important here to keep the heart center lifted. So mine are definitely not reaching the toes, but I'm keeping my left shoulder blade drawn back to keep a space for the heart. And then just breathe into the side stretch. Long and complete breaths. About 3 more breaths here. Really fully opening the chest and the heart, filling it with this life force, this prana that we're engaging with in these breath practices. And then as you inhale next, straighten your torso again, relax the arms behind your body. And we're going to fold our legs again, coming into a cross-legged seat. And just for a moment, rest your hands again on your knees or your thighs, just feeling the effects of having strengthened and stretched that one side body. And then this time we're going to take the top of the right hand and place it into the lower back, relaxing the shoulder on that side, raising the left hand to have it hover right above the crown of the head for a moment, really connecting with the length in the spine again here at first. And then we're going to guide the hand over to the right ear, resting it there. Inhale, lift the spine a little bit taller. And exhale, slowly guiding the head over towards the left ear. Keeping the shoulders relaxed in the stretch. Keeping your breath smooth and calm and long. And can you relax the legs a little bit more as you're breathing here? Relax the shoulders, the hands, the face, even as you're stretching the body. One more last in-breath. And then exhale, bring the torso back to center, lower the hands, let both hands rest behind the body for a moment as you widen the stance with your feet, with your legs. Find a nice long spine again for a moment, just resting the body, resting the legs, drawing the shoulders together and back. And just finding a sense of contentment in your being, however you are in this at the moment. And then we're going to raise our arms overhead on the next in-breath. Guide our torso over to the left leg. Take one more deep in-breath here. Lengthen a little bit more. And then exhale, coming into a forward fold over the left leg. Relaxing the hands, relaxing the arms. Whatever hand and arm position you want to take here, you want to invite a sense of relaxation, especially into your arms and your shoulders as you relax your head all the way down. About 2 more breaths here. And then very slowly work your hands back towards your torso. Bring your soles of the feet together. You can come more into a diamond shape so the feet can be a little bit away from the legs. You can hold on here to the ankles or lower legs, whatever allows you to keep your spine straight or straighter. And then again, we're just going to lengthen the spine, growing tall like a tree. And then as you exhale, guide your hands forward, slide them forward on the ground, away from the body, and come into a forward fold. You might even want to slide your feet a little bit more forward, whatever allows you to really deeply relax into this forward fold with this diamond shape that you have created with your legs and feet. Just feeling the heart resting or being guided towards the ground. Breathing in and out of the heart. And just inviting a sense of loving awareness into your experience, whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever it is you're sensing. Can there be a sense of loving attention along with it? And then however you want to guide yourself out of the pose. If you're wearing socks like me, you might want to take off your socks now. Hopefully you've warmed up enough so that that feels comfortable in your space. So we're going to come into a reverse table posture from here. So we're going to sit with our knees bent and up. The feet can be slightly ahead of the knees. And then again, we're going to bring the hands right behind the buttocks, or a little bit, actually, maybe a hand length away from the buttocks behind, with the fingers pointing in towards the buttocks on either side. And then just really take a moment again to lengthen your spine, to press the hands into the ground, to press the soles of the feet into the ground. Take a nice deep in-breath here. And then on an exhale, really press into the soles of the feet and lift your buttocks and lift your hips off the ground. So the hips will be parallel, or as parallel as possible, to the knees. You can keep your head looking forward, or if it feels comfortable on your neck, you can relax your head back. And so we're going to be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gently sit your buttocks back down, very slowly and mindfully. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Take a nice long deep in-breath in, reach your arms up. And then on an exhale, we're going to come about a quarter of the ways forward with our torso. Inhale, reaching up again overhead, all the way up. And then exhale, we'll come halfway into a forward fold. Inhale, reaching up long with the spine and the arms. Exhale, 3/4 of the way. Inhale, last time, reaching all the way up. And then come into a complete forward fold, resting in it. You can relax your hands, holding onto the toes, or just relaxing them to the outside of the lower legs or ankles, or on top of your legs, whatever feels comfortable for you for an arm position here. Flexing the feet in towards the body as you relax the rest of the body. Maybe even slightly pressing the thighs down into the ground while keeping the rest relaxed. Guiding the breath up and down the spine in this forward fold. And just take about 3 more breaths here, perhaps deepening the breath, deepening your inner awareness. Just being present to all the sensations in the body, to your breath sensations. Being fully here. And then very gently walk your hands in towards the body so that the spine can straighten again. Maybe bending into the knee, having the legs out to one side, finding your way onto hands and knees from here. And we're going to set ourselves up onto our hands and knees. We're going to prepare for a cat, cow, and child pose flow. So I hope you can see me all right. I feel like I can only see myself partly on the screen, but I'm doing the best I can. Okay, so we'll just take a moment to spread the fingers wide right under the shoulders, really pressing down through all 10 finger joints so that the weight is evenly distributed in all the fingers and the whole hand. So from here, you can curl your toes under, and then on an inhale, lift your chest up into a cow pose. And then on the exhale, onto a cat stretch. And then lower all the way down into a child's pose. Inhale, coming back up, gazing up, coming into a cow pose. Exhale, rounding into a cat stretch, and then coming all the way down into a child's pose from here. Inhale, coming back up, cow pose. Exhale, rounding the spine like a cat, and then sit all the way down onto your heels, lowering your head into a child's pose. So we're just going to repeat this another 3 rounds or so, really giving us the spine the opportunity to become more supple, to open, to become more flexible through this different flow. This cat and cow and child pose flow. And then we're going to add a downward dog to the mix. So on the next time that you come up into an inhale into a cow pose, you can curl the toes under and then exhale into a downward dog. Inhale, coming back down to your hands and knees, uncurl the toes, and then release into a child's pose. Inhale, back to table pose, curl the toes under. Exhale, come into downward dog. Inhale, back to table pose, uncurl the toes, and then relax into your child's pose. So we'll just do this a couple more rounds in silence so that everyone can move at their own pace. Feeling the whole body stretching as you come into your downward dog. And then relaxing and releasing as you return into your child's pose. On this last round, as you come next time into your downward dog, we're just going to hold here for a few breaths to really strengthen and stretch out the whole spine, a whole body stretch. You can energetically feel the hands moving forward away from the body, keeping a slight bend in the knee, and then maybe pressing the heels down a bit more. Feeling the spine long, the heart center releasing down towards the mat. And just breathe here into this whole body stretch. Nice, long, deep, and full breaths. And then on an exhale, return onto your hands and knees. If there's not enough room behind you because we're going to stretch the legs out in a moment completely on the mat, you might want to move your hands forward towards the top of the mat a little bit more, bring your body forward a bit. And then we're just going to stretch our right back all the way back. Keep your right leg on tippy toes in the beginning. And the hands are about shoulder width apart. And then place your right foot down onto the earth. Bringing your right hand onto your hip. Really draw that right shoulder blade open to start with. So your right foot is all the way placed on the earth, on your mat. And then inhale, stretch your right arm up into the sky. Feeling a nice deep opening in the right side of the body. Or if you want to come into a full side plank pose like Rob, that's fine. You can lift your left knee off the ground also and stretch the left leg out all the way to join the right. I'm just keeping my left foot down, my left knee down rather, and just breathe. Breathe all the way up into your right fingertips here. And again, finding a sense of contentment in the way that the body is stretching at the moment. 2 more breaths. And then exhale, release out of the pose. Let's just all come into a child's pose, because I saw that some of you were in the full side plank, so that's pretty intense on the arms. So just come into your whole child's pose, maybe even bringing the arms along the side body and back by the feet with the palms facing up, so that you can really round the shoulders and relax the shoulders completely in this stretch. Breathing gently into the lower back. And really noticing where there might be a holding or a tightening still in the body, and see if you can just invite a deep calm and relaxation in this child's pose. In your own way, find your way back into the table pose from here. And we're just going to repeat that same sequence on the other side. So you might bring your body all the way forward again towards the top of the mat with the fingers spread wide, about shoulder width apart in your tabletop pose. And then we're going to stretch the left leg back, coming onto the left tippy toes from here. And when you're ready, you can place your left foot all the way down onto the yoga mat. Stretch your left arm up into the sky and really press your right hand down into the mat, drawing that whole left side of the body open here. And if you want to come into the full side plank pose, that's great. I'm going to stay in my half side plank with the knee down. Wherever you are, just enjoy a few deep breaths here. Opening the body, building strength, really opening the heart and the lungs. Breathing life force into the lungs. Keeping the eyes and facial muscles relaxed as best as you can. Two more breaths. I see Rob beginning to shake, so let's just come out of the pose. This is supposed to be a gentle class today, so find your way back into your child's pose from here. And just really a deep relaxation, a deep rest. Invite that into your whole body. A sense of contentment, just to feel the aliveness in the body again after this deep stretch. Noticing any tingling or vibrating in the hands or toes, wherever you feel it. Maybe the temperature has changed in the body. Your aliveness in this moment in your child's pose. And then we'll come up out of the child's pose. Find your way into standing from here. So just take your time to do that in whatever way you want to get from being down to coming up to all the way to a standing posture. So let me see how I can set that up here. There we go. So just take a moment to find a nice, easy stand on your mat as you come into standing with the feet about hip width apart, the shoulders relaxed, hands just hanging loosely by the side. And we're just going to begin to shake out the whole body. So bouncing from the knees, keeping your feet grounded on the earth. So this is kind of a little bit of a joyful bounce just to release any kind of tension from the body. And as we're doing that, we can do a little body scan as you keep bouncing, just bringing the attention into the feet, up the ankles, the lower legs, shaking out the knees and the upper legs, the hips, Maybe bringing the hands forward and shaking out all the hands and the fingers. Maybe rotating the wrists around a little bit in either direction. And then bringing the arms back to the side body, shaking out the arms vigorously. And then the shoulders on either side, the neck. Maybe opening and closing the mouth a few times to relax any tension in the jaw. Wiggling the nose, opening and shutting the eyes a couple of times. And just shake maybe a little bit more vigorously, really just letting go of any tension, any tightness, anything that's gotten stuck or has been bothersome to you in your mind, just letting it all out. And just very slowly come back to stillness as you're standing on your mat, keeping a slight bend in the knee. Just feeling the aliveness again inside your body. And then as you're ready, you can open the eyes again, bring your hands to your waist, and find a wider stance again, bringing the feet and the legs as wide apart as you can, as long as it's still comfortable so that you're not overstretching the knees. And then we're just going to open the right foot out to the right side. So the right foot is facing forward away from the right knee. We're going to bend into that right knee. And then bring the arms out to the side into a warrior two pose. So you're gazing over the right fingertips, making sure that the right knee stays aligned over the right ankle. And just breathe, keeping the arms up and out to the sides while you're still keeping your shoulders relaxed, your gaze relaxed. Just a few breaths all the way out to the fingertips. So it's as if you're opening your chest as you're drawing the breath out to either side to the fingers. Relaxing the body, relaxing the mind in this warrior two pose. And then open the right palm up towards the sky. Relax your left hand down onto the back of the thigh. Inhale, reach your right arm up overhead. And then as you exhale, come into a back bend. So the right arm draws more towards the ears as you open your chest into a reverse warrior pose. Deep and full breaths here. And how much more can you again relax, invite a sense of relaxation into the body, even in these deeper stretches. And then relax, straighten the knee, relax both arms down, bring your right foot back in. We're going to lace the hands together behind the back and then draw the elbows straight behind you. Draw the shoulders together as best as you can. Open your eyes up towards the sky if it feels comfortable on the neck, lifting the chin a little bit higher up, coming into a back bend here, deep, deep, deep opening. And then exhale, come into a forward fold, standing, guiding with the heart center, releasing the head all the way down, stretching your hands up behind you as best as you can. And then again, just relax. Relax as you have reached the fullness of your stretch. Just enjoy as best as you can. Deepening the breath once more. And then on an exhale, lower your arms to your lower back. And then gently guide the torso back up to standing with the legs still wide apart. Relax your arms to the outside of the legs for a moment. Just closing the eyes. And just feeling your body standing here in space, in your own space. And we'll bring the hands back to the waist. Guide that left foot to face out now, away from the left knee. Bend into the left knee so that the knee is aligned on the ankle, over the ankle. And then we're going to breathe the arms out to the side again, coming into a warrior two pose on the other side. Gazing now over the left fingertips. And keeping the arms out to the side in the most relaxed way that you can. Softening the face and the eyes. Feeling that nice lifting and stretching of the chest and the lungs with each in-breath. And a sense of relaxation through the shoulders and the arms on the out-breaths. Deepen your experience here, your inner experience in this warrior two pose. And then on the next in-breath, you can open your left palm up towards the sky. Stretch it all the way up as you lower your right hand down onto the back of the thigh. Breathe your left hand up a little bit taller and higher. And then exhale, come into a back bend so the hand gets guided more towards the ears so that you can really open your chest. Breathe into this deep opening that you have created with your body. Maybe feeling a sense of contentment again as you keep stretching the body in all these ways. And then exhale the arm out of the pose. Guide your left foot back in towards the center. Bring your hands to your waist and then slowly just scoot your feet together again, but keep them about mat width apart. Bring a nice deep bend into your knees and your hands together. We're gonna just come into a squat pose from here so the elbows can rest to the inside of the knees. We're just gonna be here for a couple of breaths, just deepening our experience, our stretch in the hips. It's gonna be the last posture before Shavasana, so just gonna be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then find your way into a seated posture and then a lying down posture. See if there's any other stretch that wants to be invited into your body before you come into Shavasana. Maybe you want to draw the feet into the chest one more time, rock from side to side. Maybe your body wants to have another happy baby pose. Whatever you need to do for your body before you stretch it all the way out to invite it into your final relaxation. Eventually, we can just all find a place to rest on the earth, on the mat. And just in this community, we get to share a few minutes of silence, of meditation, as the body is lying comfortably on the earth. Just feel your whole back body resting deeply on the earth. Tuning into the aliveness once again that you might feel in the body, sensations as they're beginning to calm. Inviting a slower rhythm through your breath. The whole body deeply relaxed. And just keeping a soft awareness on the breath or in the heart for the next couple of minutes, just to allow this time for the body to integrate all the stretches that we have practiced today. When you're ready, you can gently begin to deepen your breath, bringing some fresh life force into the body now after this brief time of relaxation. And maybe turning the head from side to side for a little neck stretch. If you want to, you can raise your arms up ahead and then place them behind you, coming into a full body stretch, kind of the way that we started today. And then draw your knees into the chest, rocking gently from side to side. As you come back to center, you can come back into stillness, rubbing your hands together and your feet together, bringing some heat back into the body. And then make your way over to a fetal position. So just turning the body over to one side, resting your head on the ground, and just noticing how you feel in this moment. Whenever it feels right, you can press one hand into the ground, come back to a seated posture, maybe with your eyes still closed or closing them. And just rest the palms of your hands on your heart center, just inviting in a sense of kindness and of loving attention for yourself, for your whole body, for your heart, for your mind. Maybe sending loving wishes and loving kindness to your fellow practitioners through the airwaves. And just connecting with that sense of community that you have shared for so many years. with one another. So in deep bow to your practice, to our practice today, just join your palms and namaste, wishing you all a beautiful rest of the day. Thank you so much for your practice. It's really an honor to be with you. You're such deep practitioners, so thank you.